Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm filming at Mount Maunganui Beach in the city of Tauranga. This is the most popular holiday spot, or one of the most popular holiday spots in New Zealand, particularly during summer. I'm here in autumn and the weather again is quite sunny and blue sky. There's actually a few people going in the water, some surfers as well. But generally it's a very popular spot in summer with tourists, overseas travellers. The beaches are beautiful. As I did mention yesterday, Mount Maunganui was the scene of a tragedy back in January where there was a slip on the mount itself. The mount is right at the end of the beach, not in this shot here. So there was a campsite below there, and unfortunately 6 people lost their lives when torrential rain and storm hit the area and a landslip occurred. So the mount itself, which is a popular climbing spot to get a view of literally the city, is now closed, both from a safety perspective and out of respect for those people. Sun's shining behind me, so the light is behind me. If it does get into the picture, I apologise if it just sort of blurs the scene, but perhaps, as I always indicate in my messages anyway, the light is the message. My words are a subset of the light and the energy that I get from the light, and it's my way of conveying my message. My message is to spread the light. So we're here in the light, and also with me today I've got my shirt on that is symbolic of the magician. The magician in respect of creativity of the magic. I am going to speak of a topic today called Messages of the Universe. It is in the universe and from those messages where magic happens. So up in the higher realms, as I speak about, which I have visited, that is where the magic happens. That is where the universal magic exists. And the ability to bring that magic back onto the material physical plane is such a gift, which I now am able to integrate into my day-to-day existence. I'm also able to convey the messages that come to me via both my writings and speaking, and therefore I'm wearing the shirt that I use to represent the magician. So it's got the red of the root chakra, the purple of the higher chakra, literally the crown chakra, and it's within myself that I carry the magic, or create the magic that I'm creating in respect of this particular video and my day-to-day life, and it's just a reflection literally of the magic that occurs in the universe. As above, so below. I also wear my universal coloured buff around my neck, so that is what I utilise to represent the universe, and I carry the card, the tarot chakra card of the magician in my hand, which I'll hold up now. So hopefully we can get that into the picture. Let me see how we're going there. Yep. So as you can see, the magician represented by the orange in there, which the orange in my shirt as well, which is the creativity. So we're creating magic in life, or I'm channeling magic and I'm creating it in my day-to-day existence. I also carry with me my my scepter. So my scepter that I obtained on my second trip to the Sacred Valley in Peru in November last year, and you can read about sort of what that means to me in my writings. Return to the Light, which was my short story from the November trip. All of my main writings was in my main story on my website, viviendolamahianz.com. It's all free. All of my prior videos have mentioned topics coming from my experiences. And today, messages from the universe. The reason I decided to do it, I was actually messaging someone this morning, and she actually said to me she had an experience where it's kind of like she was wondering what the message meant, and how it meant, what it meant for her path, what it meant for her decisions in life. And I'm not here to give anyone any guidance on what decisions to make, but what I am here to say is that it's best to listen to the messages of the universe. Messages from the universe exist, and they're all around us, and they're actually available to anybody who can tune in. I wanted to sort of also just mention I was listening to music, and the song Imagine from John Lennon popped up, and that was an inspiration as well, in the sense that it was talking about, just the detachment of life, the need to detach from possessions, the need to detach from religion, various things, countries, the no separation, sort of the detachment, meaning we're all one. And it's in that detachment, as I've spoken about numerous times, it's in that detachment that we can tune into the universe. It's when we become silent, when we get away from all the distractions of life. So there's so many messages that come our way in life, whether it be advertising, whether it be from other people around us, whether it be from our education system, whether it be from institutions, whether it be from institutions trying to sell us something, the government. I'm not saying that's all bad, there's certainly some good in there, but unfortunately it gets tainted along the way, and in a way, to follow just the messages blindly that might come to you from the outside, I'm not 100% certain that that's going to ever allow one to tune into what I speak about. Too many distractions, too much conflict, too many tainted messages in there, too many situations where people are pushing their own agenda. So listening to others, looking for our guidance from outside, looking for our path in life from outside. I'm not certain that's going to bring us what I speak about, which is the path to the enlightenment, the path to the return to the spirit. And the ultimate path on the karmic journey is the path to nirvana. So in terms of utilizing one's energies in life, one is much better, I suggest. Again, this is just my personal experience, and everyone's welcome to follow their own paths. But what I've found, and bear in mind that I came from a situation of normality, so to speak, and in fact darkness, to a situation where I'm probably not looked at as mainstream normal, but I do live in the light, so perpetually in the light. And what I did was, initially when I was sort of really coming together with my spiritual journey, 2017 in particular, I sort of worked out that what you do need to do is you need to activate. So activation is probably more awakening. So become awake to what's available. If you're not awake to something, or if you don't know about it, or it's a case of what you don't know, but I can guarantee once you know, you know. So it's the awakening. I called it activation. So having something sort of perk your interest that suggests that maybe there's a different path. So it's that sort of awakening or activation is what's necessary. The grounding, I put it as the next step. So needing to ground, you can't get this energy flow that I talk about without grounding. And you're literally grounding to the earth. You're literally grounding your root chakra. So the red in my shirt is the root chakra. The grounding is absolutely necessary. Without grounding, the energy is not going to flow in any balance whatsoever. And from that, ascension. So ascension to the higher chakras, to the higher realms, to the higher vibration of energy. So the purple, the crown chakra, the upper vibrational energy points in your body, which I've spoken about a lot. Again, I'm not the only person who will ever speak about this. I'm just not relating to you theory here. I'm relating to you exactly what has happened to me. Things that I could read about, and things that I had read about, or things that anybody could read about. But this is the actual experience. So the ascension then happens from my perspective, and what we're talking about there is transmutation. We're talking about alchemy. Alchemy, the lead to the gold. So the lower realms, or the lower vibrational being, to the higher vibrational golden holistic being. So it's alchemy, and in alchemy there is the need to seal. So you seal in the alchemy so that it cannot no longer escape. It becomes part of your being, and in your being you now carry all of the learnings, all of the light, all of the energy, everything that comes your way. Now, from my perspective, what has happened is, in the past, of course, messages came to me all the time in life, but messages could be tainted. Messages from the outside were the main messages that came to me, and I followed them. And at times they did me okay, and at times they probably did me well. But at other times they did me harm, because I was following other people's paths. Following people into darkness, going over to their path rather than being on my path. So joining them on their path. And at times their path was really taking them to a dark place, but I chose to join them. So I was listening to messages, but not the sort that I get these days. So I've developed my senses, I've developed my intuition, I've developed my being, and I see messages all the time from the universe. So these messages that I see from the universe, I can work out what the meaning behind them are, and my intuition will tell me whether to follow them. For anybody who's looked at any of my videos of probably to do with, in particular, my last approximately 3 years of life, so many things have occurred in my life, that is people appearing, situations popping up, things that I read, things that I hear, music, nature, all of the messages that I'm seeing in these things, and then they're actually saying to me, hey, look here, don't look away, have a think about this, and if it's for your best good, or your best intention to follow this, follow your intuition, follow your heart, and guess what? I mean, I've ended up in a place where it's just a wondrous way to live, and I've mentioned that many times before. So the journey here for me has been from the dark to the light, and along the way it's just been full of messages from the universe, and now they're all around me, now they're ever present, every day, whether it be my waking hours or in fact during my dreams. Messages are coming to me and I interpret them, and I can get the meaning from them, and I follow them. And what is clearly happening there is that I have gone inside of myself, which I've talked about, of course, and this has allowed me to hear these messages without the distractions of all of the messages that come from outside of me. And I can assure you that it has led me on this particular path, which is wondrous, continues, and will be ever present in my being from here on in. And if anybody thinks that I'm particularly special here, I'm not. I'm an ordinary human being who got on the path, his path, nobody else's path really. I mean, I did take knowledge from others, and I did listen to others, but I had to make the decisions on what was best for me, and my path is unique. Your path will be unique. There are people who have obviously progressed much further than I have in terms of spiritual enlightenment, but we all just need to do it at our own pace. It's not a race. It's a situation where I would just suggest that, if you don't think that you can open up to the universe or get these universal messages, I would have to say that that is just really selling yourself short. You can. Anyone can, because I did. So universal messages, yes, they're everywhere. They're available to everyone. Please listen to them. And as an outcome of that, if one can live their life in the light without darkness, imagine, like if everybody could do that. I know that's a stretch, but really there would be very, very little conflict in the world. We would be all one. The world would be as one, and peace would reign. I mean, I have no doubt about that. My life is peaceful. There is no conflict. And other people that have attained similar levels
their life is peace. So if we could spread that outwards to the world, that would be great. Don't put your energy into trying to change the system. Put your energy into trying to change yourself first, and once you're sorted, you're in a position to perhaps work outwards from there, and the energy emanates outwards from yourself, leaves yourself full because you've got the overflow. It's perpetual, and everything's good. I mean, you know, I'm not going to put you wrong on this. This is exactly how my life has become. And right at the end, I'm going to, because the song Imagine popped up today, and I'm talking about this last part of it, what it may do for mankind, sort of the last words of the song I'll just sort of read out here, and maybe if it gives people light, some inspiration, something to think about, that would be lovely. So the song finishes up: "You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one." And yeah, I may be a dreamer, but I think I'm actually a good dreamer. Anyway, I'll leave the video at that for today. I thank you for listening. I will do more videos, and as always, I ask you to enjoy the journey. We will meet when we should, and namaste.